is out there with Kyle Kuzma, and it's Ayton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Love, and it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. To the paint, here's Middleton. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Great tee that time from Love. And Doris, among NBA big men, Kevin Love with some of the best hands you'll find in the league.
No doubt, Kevin, and that's going to help in his shooting game, his passing game, and his rebounding game. This is one of the most skilled bigs we've seen in the history of the league.
And here's Booker from the arc. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
These types of shots speak to the confidence of Devin Booker. Catch and shoot, no problem.
James with it, picked up by Kuzma, and finished off by LeBron.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Here's Kuzma after the basket by Los Angeles. No good from Booker. LeBron against Middleton, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Chris Middleton.
Outstanding take to the rack by LeBron, always looking to get to the charity stripe.
Lakers shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. First free throw is good. Well, the one thing I love seeing in these early games, seeing the wrinkles that the stars have added, the new technique or the new move they've added, Doris, during their games they played over the summer.
It feels, Kevin, like if you are not improving over the summer in the NBA, you are falling behind. Case in point, right, is the big men in the NBA. Look at guys like Brook Lopez and Marc Gasol, now able to stretch their game out to three-point territory. So important to keep growing. Well, a little shaky from the line, and instead of putting them in front, he's only able to tie it up.
Beautiful touch close in. Kuzma excels at taking advantage down low.
Now here's LeBron. 29 points for him last game against Houston.
The other thing I thought was big, guys, was the incredible night he had on the glass. No one wanted any part of him down there. Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine, Kev.
Here's Paul. Takes it off the glass.
Yeah, he's like a magician out there. Paul shows you only what he wants you to see. Then he hits you with the reveal.
LeBron against Middleton. Rubio outside. Clock at 6. Fires the 3. Good on the three-point shot.
I'll tell you, the jumper might not be the prettiest of pictures, but the offensive spacing improves dramatically when Rubio hits it.
Paul passes to Howard. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. LeBron, good.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Booker. 29 points for him last game against Portland.
Well, the defense had tons of difficulty covering him. They kept putting him at the line, and he burned them.
Paul lays it up and banks it in. Paul's got his second basket of the game.
And oozing with confidence right now. Paul makes plays off the bounce that others can't.
Booker inside. He's against Green. No good from Booker.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
He kicks it to Rubio. Ayton against Howard. Here's Kuzma, and he banks in the layup. Kuzma's got 6.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a team-first guy, and boy, does he set up the open man. I think the player most closely identified with the Phoenix Suns the last 3 years, obviously Devin Booker. You know, here's a guy who averaged well over 20 points. He can beat you with the pass as well. He's the piece that gives this team great hope for the future.
And what's astounding, even with Booker, the Suns have been last worst in three-point accuracy 2 straight seasons.
Yeah, and I think that speaks, Kev, to the roster construction. You need floor spacing to win games, and it can't be from just one guy. This franchise knows that. They just haven't been able to yet solve the problem.
And the first one drops.
And no doubt, Paul is still a top-tier point guard, a determined defender, and, of course, a remarkable distributor.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Howard. Markieff Morris comes in for Kevin Love. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Danny Green. Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. It's no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team should be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
Well, 6'8" and 200, who knows how many pounds, but the King, one of the most apropos nicknames in sport.
Here's a Kobo. 1:53 left to play here in the first. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. And the dunk by James.
Listen, the defense of DeAndre Jordan pays dividends all over the floor. Whether it's a block, a steal, he gets the break started. This guy's such an impact defender.
Here's a Kobo. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Johnson outside. Looking for Ayton. He gets it in there. That shot misses. Good D by Jordan. Inside. And Paul with the basket on the assist by James. And it's 8 points for Chris Paul.
Boy, Kev, those are the instincts of LeBron James that we're witnessing. Just terrific. It's sensing when the defense has left one of his guys open.
Now here's Ayton. Kicks to Carter. Knocks it loose. Paul with the ball. Now guarded by Ayton. Here's Rondo. The teardrop falls in.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Suns trail by 7. Carter outside. Okobo looking over the floor. Just 5 on the clock. Deep. Offensive rebound. Ayton somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
Well, we're talking about a big-time rebounder. DeAndre Ayton's timing excellent.
LeBron with it. To the wing on the left. Here's Rondo. It's good. And the Lakers lead by 7.
Pretty dime there. The kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D. Chris Paul talks about the matchups he faces at the point guard.
Toughest position in the NBA night in.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. We've got Carter, Diallo out there with Johnson. Then there's Ayton, and it's Evans in at the 2 spot. That drive by Carter, and Looney sends it back. Here's James, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
still playing at an MVP level. LeBron James, the greatest player of his generation, and some would argue of all time. We can't take for granted what we've been able to witness.
And now in his mid-30s, LeBron showing no sign of slowing down.
His dedication to training and really maintaining his body, second to none. Alongside his prodigious athleticism, it seems that's made a huge difference.
Rondo against Carter. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Carter. Here is the 2K leaderboard with the list of last season's top three-point shooters. You look at Green, second in the league, extremely accurate from beyond the arc.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from three.
Here's LeBron, finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. James has got 13.
Well, an absolute terror from that spot right there. LeBron James is rolling. Look out.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. A lot of players have taken their game to another level. A lot of improvement they've done individually. Any surprises that have caught your eye, Doris, over the years?
Yeah, I would say probably maybe the greatest single individual leap I've ever seen is by the reigning most improved player, and that's Pascal Siakam. Couldn't get in the rotation consistently in the postseason, and then became such an integral part of an NBA championship team. Kemba Walker, who is an all-star caliber player, all-NBA level guy, continues to stay in the lab and keep improving. So a ton of guys. Domantas Sabonis, another young big who's been incredible. Just great to see guys progress.
And it's Rondo with the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. Only giving up 2 points this quarter.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And positionless basketball, all the rage, and Kyle Kuzma really fits that mold. Is he a 3? Is he a 4? I don't know, but he gets buckets.
And he knocks down the first one. And very light-footed is Kuzma. Moves well for his size.
You know, kind of a tweener in terms of build, but he has the ability to light up that scoreboard, something every team can use.
Ricky Rubio checked in for Jacob Evans. Kevin Love's checked in for the Lakers. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Doris, we've both been very public in our admiration for LeBron, the face of the league, for so many years. When he retires, and we're approaching that date, who do you think might step up and take his place as the face of the NBA?
Probably the most likely candidate is the new and reigning MVP, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is an absolute physical force. He's put on 50 pounds. He's getting more and more skilled. When he adds that three-point shot as a consistent weapon and gets to an in-between game, he will be impossible to guard. Kawhi Leonard, you know, he is now sort of taking over as a multi-time winner of the Finals MVP, and certainly a player guys want to play with. So just a couple of possibilities there, Kev.
Here's LeBron. Kuzma pulls it in.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Love outside. Green breaking loose. That one, no good. The Suns go the other way with it. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
Suns trail by 12. Kuzma kicks to Rubio. LeBron against Middleton. Phoenix grabs the miss. Kuzma's got 4 rebounds in this game. Rubio left side. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Rubio's got 5.
Well, that's the way it works. Good call, good finish inside by Rubio.
Rondo scanning the floor. High arcing shot. Here's Love, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
Elite rebounder has always been a descriptor of Kevin Love's game. This guy takes tremendous pride in that aspect.
Booker outside. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Another miss. The drop continues. Now just 1 for 9 from the floor.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
And every now and then, Rondo will surprise you with the occasional triple, showing it off there with range.
And the Suns call time here. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
Well, you have to believe the coaching staff made that a point of emphasis. Better aggressiveness, better intensity on the backboards.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Howard's checked in for Looney. Markieff Morris comes in for Kevin Love. And Paul subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And the shot is good. Alcobo's got his first bucket in this one.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Paul dishes to LeBron. There's the pass to Howard. Floats it up for James. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
That's a vicious assault on the rim by LeBron. Incredibly accomplished dunker who's still got plenty of bounce in his step.
Ayton finds Booker. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Dwight Howard. Doris, what has impressed me about Booker is that he's put up great numbers despite not having a lot of franchise stability at the start of his career.
No doubt, Kevin. For Devin Booker, his first 4 seasons, he had 4 different head coaches. That doesn't even start to touch the roster turnover he's dealt with. Through everything he's faced, he has produced on the offensive end. You love this guy's upside.
Free throw good, Booker.
Well, there are very few scorers in the NBA who are as explosive as Devin Booker. Boy, when this guy finds his rhythm, he can take over a game from just about any part of the floor, and there's nothing the defense can do about it.
Jacob Evans, he's checked in for Phoenix. Both free throws good from Booker. Doris, I still think back to that game where Booker put up 70 points. I mean, wow, unbelievable.
Yeah, when Devin Booker starts to cook, he can get as hot as any player in the league. The one thing you want from Devin is consistency on both ends of the floor from game to game. That's how you go from good to great.
From down in the low post, it goes. Booker's got 7 points in the game.
Really off on his shooting, just 20% this period. Looks like he's getting a bit frustrated.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Shoots from the right block, and James with the nice bucket inside. James has got 19 points.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
Booker against Green. No good from Booker. Oh, he nailed it!
And it counts. That's a miracle. Are you kidding me?
Listen, under duress of the end of the period, you just throw it up and hope.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite, LeBron James, putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 19 points, 2.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Checking out the group for Frank Vogel to start the second half. Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. Howard is out there with Kevin Love, and it's Paul in at the point guard.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Booker in the post. He's guarded by Love. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Of course, you've covered so many great basketball players over your many years in this business. As a player, coach, now broadcaster, who has been your favorite athlete to watch or cover or report on?
All right, Kevin, you know I can't possibly name one, so I'm going to just throw several names out there. LeBron James has overcome so many challenges as a young person even before his NBA career. So his story is absolutely incredible and inspirational. How about Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers in the history of the NBA? Or Damian Lillard, who has proven so loyal to his fan base and organization and is one bad man when a game is on the line in the playoffs.
For Los Angeles, they have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
And that one falls for Paul. And both free throws good from Paul. And it's Rubio with the ball for Phoenix. They trail by 18. Here's Kuzma. The rebound by the Lakers. Green's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to LeBron. And finished off by LeBron.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
And Greg, you know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game. Well, an 0-for-3 start to the half, you need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
And the bright lights of L.A., perhaps too much for some players. But you know what, Greg? Not for LeBron James.
This guy thrives in the spotlight. The Lakers crafting a roster to satisfy his championship ambitions. Off the court, the City of Angels perfect for maximizing his business aspirations.
I don't know how often we can say we get to watch a once-in-a-generation talent, but how lucky are we to watch LeBron do his thing.
And the Suns making a change here. Carter's checked in. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Jordan's checked in. 5 on the clock. The Suns need to get a shot off. And the Suns miss again.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Ayton, the pass to Kuzma. No good off the back of the rim.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts. And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think, Greg, it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Phoenix calls timeout. And Doris, Danny Green included in that Kawhi DeRozan trade, and he's an underrated player in his own right.
No doubt, Kevin, because when you examine the net rating, which is basically what impact does a player have on winning, Danny Green is one of the best in the league. This guy is an all-defensive guy. He can make shots when he's open. You can plug him in at a couple of different positions. So much to like about Danny Green.
Diallo, he's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Looney's checked in for the Lakers. Rondo comes in for Green.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Jordan kicks to James. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Rubio dishes to Ayton. Great D that time from Jordan.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Down low, here's LeBron. Got a piece of it.
Boy, really tough to score on DeAndre Ayton. Such a patient shot blocker, guys.
And Middleton kicks to Rubio. Unloads from 13. Rondo with the rebound.
That's a difficult shot, and if he could do it again, I think he definitely would pass it off there.
The shot's good from Paul.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Up top, Diallo. Pass to Middleton. And again, it's the Suns missing. And here are the Lakers. They're on a 17-5 run. And finished off by LeBron.
This is where the defense says, uh-oh, because LeBron James is cooking.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. LeBron James on the wing. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Rondo's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And it's Rubio with the ball for the Phoenix Suns. Passes it to Middleton. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Rubio, the pass to Middleton. Buries it from three-point range. Middleton's got 6 points.
Well, Ricky Rubio has defined point guard vision. He can see the floor so beautifully.
James, no good. Phoenix has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. The pass to Diallo. Middleton outside. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Carter. The three-pointer, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And it's Paul missing. Phoenix has gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Middleton dishes to Rubio. Ayton kicks to Carter. Nailed from three-point land. Carter's got 6 points in the quarter.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
Jordan, the pass to James. Back to Jordan. Paul surveying the floor. There's the triple. Carter pulls it in. From past the arc. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Los Angeles, ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Greg, he's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Wilson. Johnson is out there with Evans, and it's Vanderbilt in at the power forward position. Sixers out there for Phoenix. Here's Hart, and he's good on the 3-ball. Hart's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Yeah, you have to make greater effort than that defensively. You know what he can do from range.
Well, to me, Greg, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
Johnson up top, covered by Morris. The shot by Johnson, no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts. When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Here's a Kobo. Caruso grabs the miss.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Phoenix has gone past the 3-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Akobo, the pass to Johnson. Doris, basketball continues to gain in popularity around the world, doesn't it? It's amazing to me.
It does. Adam Silver, the commissioner, has said, I believe we can be the #1 spot in the world. Obviously, they'd have to overcome the soccer, and that's popularity. But think about this, Kevin, how inclusive a game basketball is. And the love spans across gender, race, ethnicity, religious affiliation. And the best part about the game of basketball is this, Kevin. When you're growing up and trying to get better, you need a ball, you need a hoop, and you need you, and you don't need anything else.
That is so well said. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Caruso kicks to Dudley. Pass to Morris. That shot is off.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Hart the pass to Baisley. Here's Caruso. Lakers passing it around. Johnson with the block. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Akobo, that's good.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Here's Caruso. Passes to Morris. Can't get it to fall.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Back to Johnson. Puts it up from 12. That's good on the jump shot. Johnson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They seem to concede that shot, and his response is, thank you very much.
Morris against Wilson. Morris passes to Baisley. Now here is Morris. Baisley, good.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Here's a Kobo. The pass to Johnson. We're seeing some great shooters with length, tall players shooting from outside. That seems to be the rage right now. But when you look in your crystal ball, Doris, what might be the next player trend in the NBA?
So we saw the evolution of big men as three-point shooters, men being able to enter the league as sort of back to the basket, consistent rebounding forces out of the post, now stepping away and becoming threats as face-up scorers. To me, one of the most intriguing young players in the league right now is Nikola Jokic. Here's a 7-foot guy who is a tremendous playmaker. His instinct is to pass more than it is to score. So you wonder, is that the next evolution of big men? And then the other thing, Kevin, you are starting to see offensive rebounding went away as a focal point of teams in the NBA. You are starting to see teams go back after the offensive glass. Does that continue?
Second chance is a big statistic, isn't it?
It is.
Sterling Brown, he's checked in for the Suns. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Morris. Here's a Kobo. He's guarded by Dudley.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Rondo. Sweet little floater.
And at his best is Rondo when he's attacking in the paint. Beautiful little floater there. Easy to get it up and over the defense.
Vanderbilt the pass to Brown. From deep three-point range, Rondo with the rebound. Rondo's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Lakers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for LeBron.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
Akobo, the pass to Vanderbilt. He kicks to Brown. Pass to Wilson. Evans, right side. From deep. But they recover it. Brown, the teardrop falls in.
Well, the touch and the focus. What a pretty move in the lane.
And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Wilson against Rondo. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just...
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
QM sepak QM kan matandaan terus wala kumain na mga matandaan sino po para matandaan mo sino po tayo nanduluan ta ka